Welcome back to Soft Black Men and Drake. Today we
Yeah,
have
hey,
another installment, another episode of season two. Today we're going to be talking about procrastination and the world around procrastination. All right. We're going to talk about it from personal levels. We're going to talk about it from a worldview, how procrastination runs our world and what it looks like in our society. I got Drake with us today. Say something, Drake. What's up?
hello, good morning. How are we?
All right. And then we got IT in the building. IT, talk to the people.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
We're we're super excited to bring this new episode to you guys today. I hope you guys really enjoyed the episode before this. We put in a lot of time. We took a long break and we put in a lot of time. And this goes for future episodes. Just feel free to comment, like, subscribe to our YouTube, follow our Spotify. And then on top of that, Instagram should be on the way. So please just give out any support that you can, and we greatly appreciate it. So, for you guys, I want to make procrastination personal for a second. All right. So you guys take turns, but how has procrastination played a role in your life? Like, are you guys everyday procrastinators? Were you guys procrastinators? How does it, how did it impact your life?
Just don't be getting shit done sometimes, man. Just really. I think majority of people procrastinate on any and everything. Uh, when I was in school, I wasn't too bad at procrastinating. I just had pretty decent time management, and I was able to work through even if I was like had a bad or an upsetting day. I was able to work through it. But like shit outside of school, like with my like personal life goals going on and shit, bro. I can't follow through if I have like a bad day at work, and I'll procrastinate on that shit. Like I should do this, I should do that. I'm like, I don't want to. Like, yeah, I don't know anybody that has a full proof plan to procrastination and they just don't procrastinate at all. Because you can have a good week, but after that, I think people will fall back into like a loop or some shit procrastinating.
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a loop. Like, once you get started, like getting used to procrastinating with certain things, like for me, school, like it was pretty bad. And it's always been pretty bad for me with school, like schoolwork, homework assignments and stuff like that. Cause like I always feel like I can just get it done like quickly whenever I feel like it. But and also that kind of ties into like different types of procrastinators, but we'll get into that later. Cause I got some stuff I want to talk about when it comes to the type of procrastinators. But yeah, like when it comes to like it's really that's really it though for me. Like I don't really procrastinate on anything else because like when it comes to schoolwork, I just really don't like it. But I don't think a lot of people like to do their work, but it's like you gotta get it done. And that's like kind of an emotional regulator or like an emotional regulation because like it doesn't make me feel good when I have an assignment to do, but I just know I gotta do it. So it's like I gotta be able to couple that with my time management so that way I'm not doing a assignment that's due at 11:59 on Sunday at 11 o'clock. So
Bad man.
Yeah. So, now, quick question for you guys. Like, has procrastination ever like just whooped your ass? Like you procrastinated, you thought you could get it done in time, and it actually ended up backfiring on you really bad. I know there's sometimes like procrastination is a habit because there's a level of success with it, you know? But like has it ever been a moment where you're just like, "Oh, hell no." Like this, like I should have not procrastinated. And it may have changed your whole perspective on how you plan things.
Uh, yeah. I had like uh, I mean, actually no, I never had like a real bad procrastinating like stint
Man,
where
you don't hear lying and
I'm
shit.
on here bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Nah, like I don't think so. I never been like had a like an awful week of this procrastination of just not getting shit done. I think it's also just because how I was raised a little bit and watching my parents, like they can have a fucking awful day. Like they just put their head down. Like, man, I gotta do it, man. We just gotta get it done. You know? I'm like, all right, well, shit. Like even if it's like bare minimum stuff, I'll at least get something done. And because I found a way to trick myself into like, if I'm not gonna do it for me, I'm gonna do it for someone that I love and someone that like can be affected off of this. So I mean, I never really fell into a extent of bad procrastination. No, high school, early high school years. That's probably just laziness. I ain't do shit. Like I just didn't do shit freshman or sophomore year. Uh, but like now, present day Drake Wood is green. I'm good.
Green. But nah, crazy. Crazy 2K reference. But like for me it's always been like there's definitely been moments, like small moments where like I wake up in the morning and I'm like I check my little bright space. Damn, why my grade drop? Definitely forgot to do something. But yeah, I mean other than that, like when it comes to big shit, I don't think I've had like a moment where I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have I shouldn't have forgot about that one. Like I shouldn't have. That kind of made me. Now I gotta lock in. Like I gotta really lock in. Like nah, cause I gotta. I stay locked in, bro. Like on like other stuff. I stay locked
Cat.
in, bro. I stay
I
locked
just don't
in.
believe that.
Yes.
Stay
He
locked
lying.
in.
He lying on the
He's
show.
lying.
Okay, I
Y'all
can't.
just on here
I ain't
lying,
gonna lie.
bro.
I am lying a little bit. I am lying a little bit.
It sound good though. It
It
sound
do
good.
sound
I be
good, don't
locked
it?
in all the time.
I be locked in. Sound like Shay. But nah, for real though. Like I have like little moments, but I don't. I try not to let the little moments add up. Like they're just here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if I let it add up, then it's like now I'm in crisis mode, and that's like super stress. It's a bunch of stress, bunch of anxiety, and you don't need that, fam.
No, that's real. That's real. I go through waves of procrastination for sure. Like there's some moments where I think like I had this big project due at the end of this past semester. It was the Haitian Revolution project and kind of the narrative behind it. And like I was doing so well. I had it all planned out. I turned in the rough draft, got it reviewed, and we had a week to fix the rough draft. And for some reason, dude, I just waited till like 2 days before. And then I rushed that project, and I loved that project so much. It meant so much to me. I read so many books about it, journals about it. I spent time writing about it, and then I got to the ending, and I had to rush the ending. It just I felt so disappointed with myself. Like, why would I procrastinate? And it happens. Like I have that bad habit of some things I procrastinate, and then there's some times where I do so well with just getting things done, the day before or something like that. But now I bring that up because I want to get to know like you guys have some pretty fascinating ideas that you're gonna tell me in the audience about the psychology behind procrastination and also what IT said earlier, the different types of procrastinators. So please take the wheel and teach us about, how procrastination affects the mind.
Uh, so with the psychology behind procrastination, from what I believe is going on, is it's just bunch of negative habits forming, and it just keeps adding up. It's like the snowball effect. You start rolling that shit, and turns into a big ass snowball of just bad shit. IT mentioned that if he falls behind on those like small baby little things, that shit will add up and cause procrastination. Um, I also that what also helps like not helps, but like what causes people to procrastinate if they use too much of like their mental throughout the day, and it's like time to actually sit down and get something done. They're like, bro, I'm drained. Like I'm mentally drained. Let me doom scroll for like 2 hours. Then I'll do it, and they just end up not doing it because they just been draining themselves. And them relaxing is scrolling through the fucking like just social media or just getting on their phone and consuming short form media and whatnot, right? Uh, gaming, yeah, gaming could also be like not actually relaxable. Uh, I think what would help to get past that though is definitely like meditating. On the Western folks, we don't really meditate too often. Not too many people meditate, but that is a easy way to clear your mind and become, rejuvenate. Damn, just bring back energy and shit.
Rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated,
Rejuvenated.
yeah. But also, I think when you start procrastinating a lot and you start failing at things that you're supposed to complete, you stop believing in yourself. And when you stop believing in yourself, you don't trust yourself. And when you see these goals that you're supposed to complete, you like, well, I haven't completed the past ones. Why would I complete this one? And well, you don't think that, but I think you're consciously thinking that. And that just makes you like not doing because you have failed yourself so many times in the past. Um, but if you are able to start hitting those little baby goals and get that ball going, you can start completing those long-term goals or those big goals and whatnot. And you just have to stay in motion. Everything's about motion and routine. If you're able just to, you know, just
Stay
find
locked
something.
in.
Stay locked in, yeah, or
Stay locked
just
in.
do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Nah, I definitely agree, bro. Cause like it's not really an issue of like time management or laziness, like you said. It can become that, but it's not really an issue of time management or laziness. It's all like emotional, how you feel about it, how you feel about yourself, doing it, and things like that. But I do want to get into the types of procrastinators. And I feel like a lot of us, like, okay, I got the top five. We got the perfectionist, the crisis maker, the dreamer, and the worrier. And I feel like a lot of people are crisis makers and dreamers.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I swear that's four. I swear you just only said four.
Oh yeah, that is four. Top four. My fault. I tweet.
He can't count. He can't count.
Hey, chill out, bro. Chill out.
I
Chill out.
was like, wait, where the
Top four. Top
He got a
four.
bachelor's, right?
Yeah, bro. Leave me alone,
Hey.
bro.
Okay.
But
I was
yeah,
like, wait a minute. Not on my watch. All right.
we go
Top
top
four, top
four.
four.
Top four. But the perfectionist delays starting or finishing a task because they fear the result, that they won't be good enough. But like, here's the thing about that. That goes into like a self-confidence thing, like Drake said. Like you start procrastinating on so many little tasks, then you don't feel confident in your ability to get it done or what you produce when you get it done. So I feel like being a perfectionist, you can call that being a perfectionist, but really like that's just low self-confidence. Um, just wanting everything to be perfect or a certain way. When in reality that's not really always possible. Like, Then the crisis maker, which low key is what I am. I'm gonna say is they believe that they work best under pressure. Now, like there's like I've said this so many times where like I have an assignment due at like 11:59 or like like I have an assignment due at 11:59 on Sunday, and it'd be like 10 o'clock, and I'll be like, all right, I'm finna lock in. Like I'm really like excited to get it done in this little short period of time. But it's like it's like a trick. I'm tricking my own brain to at least make me feel like I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, it's at 10 o'clock when the assignment is due at 11. So it's like it's not smart at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's horrible. Then you got the dreamer, which has big visions and ideas but struggles to operationalize them. So you got this, like you say you want to be uh entrepreneur, right? Big dream. Want to be an entrepreneur, but now you got to get licenses. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the like the setup, or at least you got to know how to get certain loans to start your business, to buy whatever you need to buy. You know what I'm saying? And then like stuff like that, it's easy to procrastinate on because it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult. You know?
I would also say that I'm a dreamer. Uh, I guess that's my procrastinating type. I will like lay in the bed, like start my day, and I'm like, all right, this is XYZ plan. This is how I'm getting it done. And I already mapped out my fucking day down to like time slots before I even brush my teeth. How is that gonna work? So I'm already draining myself doing a bunch of research on how I'm gonna do shit. And when it's time to do this shit, I'm so exhausted, bro. I don't want to. And like I start like fucking like it would get bad. I start doom scrolling, like or
Yeah.
playing the game. I'm like, man, I said I was gonna do all that. I'm burnt out, bro. Like I did all that research. I don't know that I'm doing that. Like it's just like falling into habits. Um, it's bad. It's bad. Jimmy and the Germ is ass.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I based off the three, we're still waiting on the fourth one. But I'm a dreamer as well. Like there's so much I want to do, and I'll spend time planning or setting things up, but then like you said, like when it's time to execute, you're like, fuck,
Yeah,
like
cognitive
Hop
load
on,
too.
hop
I
on
can do it.
Instagram
I can do
Reels.
tomorrow.
Hop on TikTok.
Yeah, like I can do it tomorrow, and then it's a repeating pattern. It becomes a bad habit. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you gotta catch
All
yourself
right,
too.
T, what's
Like,
this last one?
gotta catch yourself. The last one is the worrier,
Oh,
bro.
no, no, no. Oh shit.
Yeah, avoids tasks due to deep-seated anxiety and fear of the unknown. People that be like, I just don't know. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if
I
it's
haven't
gonna
met
work
nobody like
out.
that.
I don't know if it's gonna work out, bro. I don't know if it's gonna work out. Da, 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 da. If you don't start, you'll never know. Like, come on, fam. If you don't start something, you'll never know. So the people that are the worriers, like that's a real big issue. Cause like you won't even start. You won't even think about starting because you already
Mm,
fear the negative, even if there might not even be a negative outcome.
yeah, I think the hardest thing for a lot of people is just getting started. And if you're a warrior, I guess like shit. To us two people that are not warriors, uh, that shit probably like times 100 trying to get started. That shit probably ass.
Man,
Um, but like I feel like the more you do, the less you wait, and that I feel like that applies to everything. So man, you just gotta do shit. You just gotta do shit. Just don't think make. I think once you get to that task, then that's when you can start planning out that task. Don't fucking plan out the other parts of your day until you finish with that.
gotta take initiative.
That's a. I ain't gonna lie. That was such a. Those are two beautiful answers. I'm not gonna lie. And one thing that for those who are listening, I want you to take a second and figure out which type of procrastinator are you,
And drop it in the comments.
and drop it in the comments.
Do
Come on, we
that.
need
Do that.
engagement. Fuck, fuck. Right, but figure out what type of procrastinator you are, and we sat here, we recognized our problems, what type of procrastinators we are. IT's the crisis maker, Drake and I are the dreamers, right? All right, now that we've figured it out, take time to see, okay, how can I stop procrastinating in this way? How can I fix it? All right, that's what we're here for, man. We're here to educate, but then also, send people in the right direction in their lives. All right, that's
Yeah,
what,
we're here to
hey,
give
we're
you
transformative.
plans to fail.
What?
Hey man, hey, we good at what we do, man.
We are
But
we are not psychologists. We don't have PhDs. Take our advice with a grain of salt. I'm playing.
fact. Shit, the only one with a degree is IT.
IT. Oh
Yeah,
no.
I mean, I got associates.
Hey, hey,
About it.
Not yet. Not yet, but hey, we getting there.
hey.
Yeah, we on the way. We on the way. But now earlier, Jake was kind of talking about it, and I want you to dive into it a little bit. What's the difference between procrastination, burnout, laziness, and avoidance?
The difference between all of them, I think all of them are very intertwined, and they can cause each other to happen. Burnout, definitely, you're just out of energy. Um, Laziness, I think. Laziness is just the want to not do anything, and laziness is caused by the procrastination, the burnout, and what was the other one? What
Avoidance.
James?
Avoidance.
Avoidance. Avoidance, man, you might need to go to therapy for that. There's probably some trauma with that shit. Cause I only know an avoidance of just like straight up just people just got some shit going on. Procrastination, you just have what we were essentially just talking about, like you're having bad habits. You need to learn how to break these habits. And I think if you're not into a fucking like if you can break procrastination, you're not gonna be so mentally drained where it's gonna cause a burnout and cause that laziness. Avoidance, I don't got an answer for you, but big bro.
You got to go to the professionals.
You gotta go to because that
Gotta
does
go
generally just sound like fucking trauma. You were probably in class and dude gave you an F and you couldn't walk at graduation. That could be avoidance, and you don't want to do that shit no more. You could be at the gym and somebody started body shaming you. I'm not doing that. I'm not going anymore. Or if you want to be like a professional basketball player and somebody broke you so bad, you fucked your ankles up.
You just quit.
Who you just quit. That's avoidance. You need to go to
Like
therapy.
I'm done. I'm done. It's like a coping
Yeah.
mechanism, bro.
Yeah, like, oh well, I fucked up so bad. I'm not doing that ever again.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like procrastination. It's like the emotional regulation. You just don't know how to like stop yourself from feeling like negative about completing a certain task. Then the burnout is like physical and mental. So like you're just so tired mentally that you're just like, I don't even feel like it. My body hurts. I'm gonna go to bed actually. I'll do it tomorrow morning. You know what I'm saying? Then the laziness is like Drake said, you just don't want to do that shit, bro. You're just like you're the lazy teenager, bro. Like you can't be that when you grown. Like that, leave that shit in high school, bro.
So many adults though, like, still think as a fucking what's the like as the teenage mindset. They never fully matured, and they
Hmm.
just I don't know. They still bring those habits and those mindsets into the adult world, and that's why we're not functioning well as a society.
That's
Maybe
how we have Black Republic.
oh they got mentioned again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
again.
hey, but hey, they can't stay out of our videos, bro. Damn black Republicans.
That's how they appear, bro.
Yeah. Uh, damn. Damn. That's real. That's real. Black Republicans, bro. That's one hell of a group right there. You think it's a culmination of avoidance, laziness, burnout, and procrastination?
I think it's just being stupid.
Yeah.
But you can give them type of diagnostic. But I think they're just dumb. I think they also have a they wait. This is not the topic of the episode. Let's stop. We
Dude.
talk about Black Republicans every fucking pod.
No, we don't. We know they get brought up. We don't talk about them, but they get brought up.
Listen. If you don't fix your procrastination habits right now, and if you're
You go
black, you will be a
talk to them.
Republican.
Facts. You know,
Really.
you're gonna be a black Republican,
MAGA.
but without the money,
You gonna
without
love
the
Reagan.
six
Zero
figures.
bread.
You want to love Reagan?
Yes, you're gonna love Reagan. You
And
love
Israel.
Bush. You love Israel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's facts. Now, I think it's pretty cool though. The thing about burnout, I think the difference between like burnout is you've put yourself out there. You just didn't have a plan of how to regulate yourself. And so you might have, let's say, because this has happened to me, like say, like learning a new language, like I'm putting in 2 to 3 hours every day, but I didn't have a real plan of like regulating myself mentally and emotionally. Then probably like after a month, I got frustrated, right? Because I just kept overworking myself, right? Instead of just spending an hour, you know, studying or whatnot. And that happens with sports a lot of the time, it happens within school. And using school, shifting, topics, uh, how does the education system, if you believe so, how does the education system perpetuate students to have the habit of procrastination?
I don't think they do it on purpose,
Yeah.
but inadvertently it does cause procrastinators. And I think one thing that does cause procrastination are grades. And I think grades should not be in the school system. And I think people don't know that grades are new. Grades are only about 120 years old. Um, I think grades cause people to become perfectionists. I think if a student sees a grade that's like really fucking low, I think can cause a negative relationship with the teacher, and you don't want to complete the work for that teacher. Because when people start talking about grades, it was like, oh, he or she gave me that grade. They associate that grade with that human. Um, and I don't think grades actually reflect how well or what that student knows in that class. Um, if you're a perfectionist, you could be so worried and gain so much anxiety of doing this work that you fail or you push it off. If you're a crisis maker, uh, you're on a wait last minute and maybe you realize, oh shit, I need longer than an hour, man. And you fuck up. Uh, I like schools definitely don't do it on purpose, but I think one way to like we can get like stop procrastinating is if we just eliminate grades. Like if there's just no grades, if schools continue just being a lecture, open discussion type of format. I think that's why like a lot of people that actually go to college do well and learn a lot is when classes are more, discussion based and lecturing type instead of being in a textbook and having to submit an assignment by this XYZ time.
Yeah. I agree. I kind of agree with that. And it's like, and there's ways around it, definitely. If if grades are, you just keep grades. There's a way around it. Like two of my professors in my capstone class, we had just like a big project due at the end of the semester, big presentation. But like we had to do check-ins every like week or every other week. And we had to have work done, and we had to speak in the Zoom calls. You had to know what was going on with your group. You had to communicate with your group. Like things like that kind of aid in like stopping students from procrastinating because it forces them
Mm.
to like be present. So like instead of like, because if I'm being real, if we didn't have to be in Zoom calls every other week with our group mates, I wouldn't do that shit. We would wait until like probably a week before we had to present, get that shit done,
Mm.
and then like that would be that. But like, and it is kind of personal. Like, some people will still not not do shit. Like the worrier, like just the fear of just the outcome. That person will still just not do shit, regardless of the the timelines that the professors have set out for the check-ins and like communicating with group mates and talking during the Zoom calls. Like some of it is personal, but I can say like there's ways around it, and that's a pretty good way. Like other than just like, yeah, good morning class, you got a paper due at the end of the semester, 10 pages, get it done whenever. Like,
Yeah. Or like giving long term as dates, like, hey, but every fucking time we have a final project due, you guys should start working on it now. But they still assign like those regular ass assignments throughout the week.
exactly,
Then you like,
exactly.
I'll get to the final project. Then week 7 comes, or if you're 8 week class, or week 15 comes, if you're a 16 week class, I'm like, oh my god, this is due next week. I haven't even started. And then you're spending like 4 hours a fucking day for like, the last few days before it's done, like trying to cram it all in. I think if uh I just love the idea of assigning a reading. Hey, you guys gotta read XYZ by tonight. Formulate what you think about it. We'll come into class and we'll talk about it. And if I see that you're not talking about it, or if you're not engaging, that's a grade. That you get a bad grade for that day. Everybody has to communicate. Um, or pop quizzes. I love pop quizzes. I think pop quizzes are fire. Uh, yeah, grades should be gone. I'm not really a big grade guy.
Grades. No more grades.
It should be.
Uh, I I think it's I sit on the side that the education system does perpetuate it, and it's I think half of it is, well, I don't think it's on purpose either, but I think it's just a consequence of the way the system is. Like with like standardized testing,
Hmm.
it forces these curriculums down, specifically public school educators, right? It forces so much into the hands of public teachers. Meanwhile, they have to navigate a whole bunch of students that are on different levels, right? So within that, I believe that it forces a lot of teachers to assign useless homework. All these readings, all these, these different assignments, these different projects, all this bullshit basically. They have to assign so much bullshit throughout each semester. And this is why I kind of started procrastinating, because if I know my teacher has to grade 150 of the same assignment, right? Is he or she really gonna go through it? Like for real, for like, or is he just gonna mark it up just to make sure, like, oh, I just did the assignment. And so I think that plays a role where it's just kind of, we're forcing these educators to kind of just throw slop into the into the onto the student's desk, and then the students are gonna throw slop back to the teacher. And I think
It's a
it's the
big
same
ass
thing with
slop
it.
fest.
Yeah, and I think it's the same thing with we'll get into AI, but I think it's the same thing. If you're forcing so much on the plates of these teachers, so guess what they're gonna start using? They might start using AI to grade. They're gonna start using AI assignments. They're gonna start using AI for whatever to help them, right? Because it's only one person. They're only one teacher with
They've already started.
over, yeah, with like 150 students, right? Now, guess what students are gonna do in return? They're gonna start using AI as well,
Been using it.
right? Yeah, they've been using AI, right? But
Everybody's already
it's
been using AI. So we got AI grading
facts,
AI shit. And AI
facts,
is gonna be like, oh, this dude's spitting. This guy knows exactly what the fuck he's talking about.
facts. So
It
I
got to
think
the
this way.
point
I think,
where
yeah, I
like
think just
professors are.
procrastination.
Oh shit, my fault, James.
No, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. You go. You go.
No, I was just gonna say it's gotten to a point where like professors and teachers are just like promoting it now. They're like, yeah, use AI, but use it wisely. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a class that
that's
they said like for the papers that we write, hey, you can use AI as a source, but make sure you cite it. How the fuck I'm gonna cite AI? Just ChatGPT and the time that I did it? Doesn't make sense. And AI is literally lying. Like it's there's fucking proof of it like hallucinating. Like if it doesn't have the shit that you want to look up, it makes it up. Like it will actually make it up. And there's proof of it doing that.
oh, facts.
Like that's not real AI. Yes it is. I
It
done it.
caters,
Oh, you did it.
but it caters towards you. Like it learns you, and then it caters to like your morals, your beliefs. Because if I go to my AI, if I go to chat right now, and let's say I type in something neutral, right? I type in something that's neutral, but it's a current controversial topic, right? There's a left side, there's a right side. Chat is going to naturally give me a left response or left sources, right? Unless I tell them to make it neutral. So yeah, that's definitely true. Like AI is either gonna make shit up just cause, or AI is gonna make shit up just to cater towards who the user.
Yeah,
So it's facts.
it's just like anything online that reinforces like your algorithm, or we already know that your algorithm on social media reinforces what you think, and that's why people become so parasocial, and they get so fucking shocked when they go into the real world and see that people have different viewpoints or different mindsets. Of course they're gonna do that shit with AI. Like if you have something that's constantly like that you agree with, you're gonna abuse that shit. And it has all the information, even the fake ones. Like you're gonna like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just keep using, I'm gonna keep spamming this shit.
Yo,
Are you
IG, what the
serious?
fuck?
Dude got a is he on IG real?
Bro, get him the fuck out of here.
I
Yo, what are you
wasn't. I
doing?
wasn't. I wasn't. My phone is just,
Yo.
something had happened on my phone. It just opened. It's my
It just
fault. I
opened.
apologize.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, it
yeah.
just opened and went to TikTok.
It just opened,
So, all
man.
right, before we go to the next question, we're gonna have open tryouts to replace IT.
Oh yeah, open chat.
So,
No.
We're gonna run you through a series of questions, and
Oh,
based off however you answer them, you can be the third host.
crazy work.
but let's keep talking about AI. In
Okay.
what ways has AI contributed to more people procrastinating with their schoolwork or just in work in general? It doesn't have to be schoolwork.
Go ahead.
Dog,
IT,
dog.
take it away. Take it
Yeah,
away.
you raising
The
your hand
amount
and
of
shit.
times, the amount of times, me personally, that I've sat and been like, yeah, I'm gonna get it done at this time because I know, like, my good old friend Chat's gonna help me out real good. Like,
Mm.
it just takes a lot less time to do shit. Like, whether that's schoolwork, regular work, like, dude. But even though some of it is like made up slop, like Drake said, you're still gonna trust it because it's quicker than you, or it can be
Yeah.
quicker than you. So it's just like you gonna sit there and you gonna trust chat, then more than you trust your own brain. And then because chat, like James said, chat can conform to you. Like it starts to sound like you. Then you start to sound like chat. You start to sound like AI. So it's
It
like
has
you
its
write
own
a
language.
paper. Yeah, you write a paper.
Yeah.
Then like, let's say like, oh, I'm gonna use chat as like an outline for the paper, and it's gonna take a lot less time, right? But then you write that paper, and you put it in like a AI like or AI like what's it called, where it like sees if how much AI is in your paper, and it says 70% AI. Although you wrote most of the paper like yourself, you sound like chat now, bro. You've been using it so much, you've
Hmm.
been procrastinating, getting used to it, and it's been getting used to you. Now you sound like the computer.
Yeah. There's times. So James, I told you the story. Second this one, it was an ethics class, and he just let us choose one of our topics, and it could anything ethical. It was a week-long project. I mean, 8 week long project. And the thing that I chose was AI in classrooms. How is it affecting the students? And overall, I'm just AI enables laziness. It fucks with the mind, makes people stupider, right? The whole gist. And this motherfucker kept giving me B's, man. Just straight B's. And I'm like, what the fuck? So for my midterm project for the paper, I used AI to write it. This motherfucker gave me a 97. I'm like, are you serious? You for real right now in the ethics class? If I use AI, I get a 97, and you ain't even gonna fact check that it's AI? Guess what I did? I spammed AI. Like I just spammed it. I'm like, if this is how I'm going to get an A in this class, I'm just going to use AI then. I've became what I'm talking about. And he doesn't give like good enough feedback on the grades anyway. And maybe I'm just a shitty ass writer, or maybe he's using AI to grade the papers, and AI is only going to agree with itself. Who knows? But and the enables laziness. That literally just proves what the fuck I went through. Like I knew those assignments that week, the weekly assignments. I just ran that shit through the AI the last few weeks of the class. Um, and I think students have like the laziness part. They also realize how easy it is, because they don't have any like it doesn't take any like mental effort anymore, and they can use that mental effort to do other things like playing video games or like scrolling. They're teenagers, or the college kids like going out and partying and fucking off and whatnot. Um, but also with AI, the other parts that I talked about was like ruining cognitive function, like problem solving and critical thinking skills. And once you dive into using AI in classes, you become please move. You just fall into a cycle, like almost like a procrastination cycle of just fucking like just using that shit.
Yeah, and I think that's where I would tie in one of my points that I was talking about earlier. Is just how it's almost like a domino effect of teachers, and then it goes to students. And I don't know if we've talked about this within our public education episode or not, but I know I've definitely talked about it like with my girlfriend and whatnot, where uh we have this debate about AI, and I'm like, AI is going nowhere in the education system. Like it's going to be used by teachers and students. We got to educate ourselves on how to properly use it. But within that is educators have to hold themselves accountable. So when, a teacher should know how their students write. Like for me, when I'm gonna go into, my high school, my future high school class, and I start having them write, we're gonna write on paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Now, you know me, like you gotta be a little wired, a little different. I think this might be the coach in me, right? But um, then I'm gonna open up an assignment where they can type it, and but I already know how they write. Like it's pen and paper. You know what I mean? Like I know how they write. I know what grammar flaws they have. If I sit there and do my job and read everything, right? I know what type of grammar flaws they have, their writing style. Is it formal? Is it very informal? You know what I mean? Do they use ain't? Do they use y'all? You know what I mean? It's just shit like that, right? But because you would be surprised if that's how a lot of kids now write. It's unfortunate, but if let's say I'm teaching a junior class, right, I'm gonna have kids who write and read at a junior level, and I'm gonna have kids that read and write at a fifth grade level, maybe third grade, right?
Majority of them are
But
going to be reading and writing below their
whatever level.
their 11th grade. They're going to be reading below and writing below that shit 100%.
Facts. So it's my job to understand like and know their patterns. All right.
Mm.
But then, let's say, all right, I'm gonna let them type it. I ain't gonna put no restrictions on it. And I should know how they write. So when I read it and I'm like, these are 5 out of 5 writing styles. The grammar is perfect. They're using semicolons and they're using colons and the dashes,
The
and like they're
Oxford,
using
the
it
Oxford comma.
right, but they're using it perfectly. Then I
Man, you
know
ain't never been to
something's up.
Oxford.
Yeah, but when educators
You're
don't
12.
do that, they don't do that, and then they kind of, they just start accepting all this AI slop. It's like you didn't set the standard, you didn't set the precedent. But that's kind of shifting away from. We're probably gonna have an episode about AI one day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus procrastination. But regarding procrastination, how does one overcome procrastination?
I think we kind of James, your mic's echoing. I think we kind of already. I kind of touched on that a little bit. I definitely think you doing the whole meditation helps a lot. If you feel mentally drained, take 5 minutes, learn how to meditate. I will say though, if you never meditated before, that first couple weeks of doing it, you could get some anxiety while doing the meditation. But 5 minutes have like it has been proven that you can gain so much energy back if you just take 5 minutes and clear out your mind. Um, I also what IT was talking about, like the baby stuff. If you can knock out like these baby steps, these small goals, and get that ball rolling, you can start building these good habits that turn into, you know, bigger goals that are starting to get completed. And you start believing in yourself. You start acknowledging that you can get shit done. Um, I feel like everybody also knows about the 5 second thing. You just count to five and you get up and you go do it. That the whole 5 second thing is just transitioning. If you can learn how to transition between tasks, I think you can overcome procrastination. Like if it's one of those days where you're feeling lazy, you don't want to do shit. I'm not even joking. What works for me is you start moving fast. Like you finish a task, boom, next one, do it quickly. You will like just fall into an autopilot type of thing, and you just get it done, not even thinking. You just finish it, and that's better than nothing. That's like doing something is better than nothing, even if it's minimal effort.
Yeah, for sure. Like you could get that 1, 2, 3. Like I literally say like 1, 2, 3, and I get up, and that'll get me up. Like count to three, get up, and start doing what I need to do, whether that be in the
Hmm.
morning or at night, or whether that comes to like something I want to accomplish work wise, or some homework assignments. Like just 1, 2, 3, and I gotta lock in. Like I honor that. You gotta honor it as well. Like you could count to five or count to three, and then still sit down and just not
Yeah,
do shit. You gotta honor it. You gotta be disciplined. Um, and you just gotta like you gotta set those set those goals and actually and just not fear them. Like don't fear the outcome. Don't fear the goal itself. Don't fear the assignment. Just look at it as just one more thing to get done. Just one more thing to get done. Just one more thing to get done. And then once you get used to that, like it'll just become a regiment. Then you got people asking you, man, how you get so much work? Shit. Took a minute, but I was disciplined. I honored my 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
like you gotta take control of your own mind. Like that's a big part of it as well.
And discipline is a skill that is like you can learn discipline. There's so many people out there that are not disciplined at all, and you can learn that shit. I think anything and everything is a skill. You just you have to form those habits to be able to learn that, and you know, just get shit done. You can learn anything and everything, man. Uh, you just have to be willing and self aware to be able to break these awful habits that you have, if you have.
I think you guys covered a lot of ways to combat procrastination. A couple things that work for me personally is, well, first, you got to know your body. Like, you got to know what works for you and what doesn't. So, like, IT saying, like, 1, 2, 3, like, that works for him. He knows himself, he knows his body, he knows his work. So, like, first, you got to recognize, like, who you are, what works for you. Me personally, let's say like I'm back in school, like I can't get you done when I'm in the dorm. Unless it's early morning and I'm about to go to class, I can get stuff done. But if it's any other time of the day and I'm chilling in the room, I got my TV, maybe the Xbox in there, my bed sitting right there, like I'm just not going to be efficient. So one way for me to battle procrastination is I'm gonna go to the library, right? Because when you get to the library, it's like, man, if I'm here, I might as well work. But then also I'm around other people working. But then, the library is not the most comfortable area in the first place. So it's just, I know my body and I know where I can get work done. So I think that's just the first step of knowing who you are and then knowing your environment, what works for you, what doesn't. And then the second piece I would say is make things fun for yourself. And that changes so much. So if that means just finding a career or finding a job in which you have fun. So like for me personally, I love basketball, right? I don't play anymore, but I coach. And coaching to me, it's I could care less about the money. First of all, you coaching is not even like a lucrative position. You know what I mean? Like you go into coaching, you're not doing it for the money, right? But one thing you'll know about anyone who's coached for a long time is that they do this shit for the love of the game. They love coaching, right? And I think that's what more people need to do is find something that is fun for them. And when you do something fun, you're going to put your all into it. You're going to procrastinate less because it means more to you. You're going to be more passionate about it. And then opportunities are going to open. When you apply yourself, you keep moving forward, opportunities they're going to happen. They're going to open up for you, whether, it whatever the field may be. People are going to recognize your work. And so I think those would probably be my biggest two advice. And that's what works for me personally is know yourself in your environment. And then second, pick something that you like to have fun in. So
The more you do, the less you wait.
that's facts. That's
Uh,
facts.
and you did touch on like going to the library or just like leaving your whatchamacallit. Those are third spaces. Everybody needs to have a third space. Third spaces are like cafes, libraries, parks, somewhere you can sit down and you're not at work or you're not at home. Man, it's really good for your mental health. It might take a good load off of your cognitive function. So I would recommend anybody and everybody to go find a third space. Um, it can be something simple, bro. It can be your man's house. Just go to your man's house and don't even knock. Just walk in. Hey, bro, I'm here, man, for like 2 hours.
Don't knock.
Nah,
No knock.
Okay. No knock.
Thank you for tuning in. This will be it for our procrastination episode. I want to say this is episode 8. Episode 8 in total. Episode 2 for season 2. All right. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Before we say goodbye, though, a couple things. One thing I want you guys to know is that our last episode of this season is going to be interactive. All right. So we want you guys to comment down. We'll probably put some polls up on Instagram, but we want you guys to comment down for some topics of advice that you might need in life, and we'll talk about it. Maybe some questions, maybe some would you rather's, just anything in the world. All right. We want the fans to be engaged, we want the supporters to be engaged, and we want to hear your guys' opinions and questions and concerns. All right. So keep an eye out for that. But continue to show support. We appreciate it. We see you guys. We are just completely captivated by what you guys do. You guys move us in everything that you guys do for us. Continue to keep supporting. Until next time, Glaze is out. IT man, put the drugs down.
What are you talking about, bro? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, see you guys later, man. See you
deuces.
Deuces.
guys later.